Hi there, it's Simone. Today is September 15th and I'm here for my mid-month planner flip. This is a Hobonichi Cousin A5 in cousin means A5. It has the turquoise cover that was just released in September and the Eric cover on cover. It's Eric, right? Sean Tan is the artist and Eric is the leaf. And I have found a YouTube video about Eric and I will link it in the description box below. It's super cute, the pencil drawings. It touches on a very interesting subject, and yeah, let me know what you think about it, because I like it even more now that I know more about this dude than before. In the front pockets, I store decoration that I want to use in my planner journal during the month of October right now. That's where we're in, but I will leave these in, like this one. This is from my Patreon Happy Mail from Sissy's Art Cafe. I have received this 2 months ago and I want to use it up. That's why it's in here. But I also put month specific or season specific things here so that I can use them during the month. I also have some printable sticky notes, my daily review that I need to update. I am actually doing a daily planner thing again. I haven't been doing this for a long time. I used to update my trackers, review my day, mark unfinished tasks, add my schedule to the next day, move unfinished tasks to the next day, look at my next actions, especially what do I need to do for dinner the next day, and what is on my weekly list that I can do tomorrow. Then I would count my cash, I would look at Instagram and YouTube and respond to comments, and then I would journal. So it's very similar still, but I'm actually doing this again. And then I have my stencil here. If you watched my unboxing, I had purchased the green Hobonichi stencil. It has gone someplace and I don't know where. I have Sissy Art Cafe stickers in the front pocket here because I want to have them handy so that I can use them. But as you can see, I am not very successful. I seem to hoard, which is okay to a certain extent, but I am all about using things up. This is a Instax of my husband. On the first page, I have this free printable from, oh my goodness, I have completely forgotten. Love Cynthia. It is available in her Facebook group. And then I will just start and show you what this looks like. This is I would call this a yearly index. I use this to index at the end of the month all the daily pages that I need to or think I will refer back to. Here is cleaning tasks. Black is what I need to do. Blue is when I actually do things. And then in the monthlies, this is what October looks like. I actually even went down a notch. I did not add my work hours because they tend to change like by 30 minutes or 15. Sometimes the whole day changes. And so I'm just marking the days that I know when the schedule is posted that I will work, and in the week when I am setting up my week, I will check back into my work schedule and see exactly which hours I work. I know the days in advance. I just sometimes it's like 30 minutes or similar, and so I'm not too concerned about this. This contains my in pencil the meal plan. I marked this no school day for two of my children with pink. Everything else is written in black ink, usually appointments. Like here I'm going to participate in the Bay Area Planner meetup. My cat got spayed that day. None of the weekly repetitive things like practices. I know that my kids go to climbing practice or team on Tuesday and Friday, so I'm not putting this in here because it's cluttering up my monthly spread. I really like decoration, but I have found that in the monthly, if I want it to work for me and not against me, it needs to be very, very sparse. I added in this sticky note where I'm going to keep track of my money. I did this in the daily pages before, but in September I did not keep track at all. But here I feel like if it's on the monthly, it's gonna be right front and center, and I will remember to put that here. I'm going to start in the middle of September sharing the weekly spreads. I have started to use this as a memory log. It's kind of in pictures and character stickers, a log of what we did every day. This is part of my daily routine at night when everything is cleaned up and my kids wait for bedtime and maybe play some video games or watch TV. I sit on the couch, I bring my stickers. I have them all in this tote from Blue Q, and I have my sticker books in here, my stickers, and I'm bringing my pen, and then I'm just filling in the day. This is the current week, just so you can see the difference. I will tell you a little bit about the struggles that I'm experiencing right now in a second, but I really, really enjoy this. This is something that I have been doing for a long time in some form or another, and even though it's been several years that I'm doing this consistently, I really still enjoy it. I'm thinking about filming a video sharing in which kind of formats I have been doing this, because I just recently realized that this is nothing new. I have been doing this forever. And you might be following me because that's kind of like my signature style. This is how many of my pages look. So here's my to-do list for the week. I usually put my Instagram plans ideas down here. Meal plan is repeated here so that I can see it at a glance on the weekly. And I put in my appointments. As I said, there you can see things that are fixed go in, and then I fill in later on. So I usually seem to have kind of a color scheme here. It was brown. I did not use a kit for this. This is London Gifties washi tape. I think this is from a Pretty Little Studio stickers. This is a washi tape that I think I received from AliExpress as a present. Not from AliExpress, from someone else, and she ordered it from AliExpress. This is Sissy's Art Cafe stickers. Coco Daisy. I'm just using all the stickers that I own in here. I usually use watercolor to mark my work hours and the line for the meals. Here I did not have my watercolors with me, so I just used a water brush and actually a fountain pen. And I just, because the fountain pen ink is water soluble, I just used the water brush to solve the ink from the edges and color it in this way. It worked really well. I didn't put my to-do list here. Instead, it's always the same, different color scheme though, bluish. Then this is lots of Coco Daisy stuff, or well, this is Cocoa Daisy, this one, this, and this washi tape, and the little stickers in between here are Cocoa Daisy. And then I also added Linus Potts. I love her whimsical illustrations. I'm hoarding them though, which is a problem. So I'm trying to use them. I managed to use 3, so that's a win in my book. This is an accident. This sticker kit is from Happy Scrappy. I think it is from 2 years ago. I purchased it. I never used it, or only used a tiny fraction of it. And so this week and then next week here, I'm trying to use up the Happy Scrappy kit so that I can say, okay, I used everything that I like, that works for me, and now I can give it away to somebody else who might use the rest. This washi tape was on this sticker kit. This Monday through Sunday sticker I used from them. There was this like really hollow stickers, so I used one here and one here. The date headers, or the day headers, a weekend sticker, and then I used these boxes, but that was just nope. As you can see, I did not use the boxes, even though there were still many left. I did not use them for this week because this wasn't my thing. The color here, this is a Tombow, and I tried to use, if you look closely, there is highlighter underneath. It was even worse, and then I went over this with the bright Tombow, and I was like, oh my god, I ruined the whole spread. But this is my planner and my journal, and I needed to make it work. And I think by adding a strip up here and down here, and then just filling it in, I made it work. It's still not my favorite, but I can now live with it. Lots of things were canceled. Our climbing gym was closed again because they noticed, or someone noticed, that climbing gyms, at least in our county, are a family amusement facility, which anyone who goes to national competitions will look at you like, what? This is hardcore sports. But yeah, so they had to shut down again, and so team was canceled, everything was canceled. However, we moved to Orange yesterday, and now we're back to climbing again. So I need to add some more dates and appointments because we had already had reservations for this next week. I used a combination of my own stuff and the kit on this spread. I tried to tone it down again because, well, I need to recover from this bright pink. So I used, it came in 2 different color schemes of brown and pink. So last week was lots of pink, this week was browns and the green. And here I'm trying to spread it out a bit instead of this blocky style. I want to have it a bit more fluid and just see what happens. So here I used, instead of highlighting this in some way or form, I used a colored pencil and just went around. So it's very laid back. I'm using these Avery tabs. I've been reusing them since I got them like 2 months ago, and I just foiled them, and it looks I really like it, and they are very, very sturdy and hold up a lot. And I put the weekend sticker, last week I put it up here. This week I'm looking what it looks like down here. I never set up the next week because I'm not scheduling things in here. This is mainly a visualization. Now I can't even talk anymore, but I visualize things in here instead of like plan ahead, schedule things. Let me go to the 15th of September. So I'm always flipping through 1 month. There was a time that I did not have a lot of time to journal, and that's okay. I I'm just going to flip through. If I have anything that I want to talk about, if you see anything that you have questions about, please feel free to ask them in the comments. This was, I again used the technique where I wrote it down here and here, and it was just were gel pens, and I just used water brush to fill it in by dissolving the line on the outside and then using the color to fill it in. All of those here are printables from the Patreon printable from Sissy's Art Cafe. On Sundays, or sometimes Mondays, I'm trying to do it on Sundays because it really sets me up for success, and I can use the Monday for chores instead of planning my week. Do a weekly review, and this is part of that. I'm looking at unfinished tasks, what went well, what didn't go well, and what I'm going to focus on next week. I'm taking notes when I'm on the phone here, planning a slide, journaling here. There's more journaling underneath. A long to-do list catching up from the week, and then my weekend goals. Since I had so many chores, I kept the weekend goals really small. Another weekly review, journaling, but I'm really mindful to take into account that I don't have to fill the whole page. Same here, I used that same pink pen. Maybe I should have realized that this is the color that comes out. I made like a task list to check off what I needed to do for the September review and October setup, and as you can see, I'm not done yet. Did all the important things, but the boring ones I haven't. And then I tipped in this patterned paper. This was in a Cocoa Daisy kit several years ago, and I foiled it with October, and then I received this panda postcard in the Happy Mail, Patron mail from Sissy's Art Cafe, and I felt the colors went so well, so I had to fussy cut everything and just stuck it on here. This is my YouTube routine planner workflow. I'm planning my videos, and there you can see what I already managed to work on. I haven't updated this. There's ideas for future videos. I did not journal at all, but just made some art on here, and I really love how this turned out. These were just some watercolor circles, and then I added in some green ones, and then I found these stickers from an old Pipsticks kit and added them in here, and then I used black pen and a white gel pen to just scribble some circles around. And I really like this. It was super easy to do, but I really like the effect. My weekend goals, I added some ephemera from a game. This is a escape room game. If you haven't played any of the exit games, if you type in exit game or exit escape room, I highly recommend them. They're super affordable and lots of fun. We played this, my husband, my youngest son, and I, we spent 3 hours on Sunday afternoon on this, and it was really hard, but it was so much fun. Another weekly review, I used rub-ons for the bullet points in the front. And then something changes. That was last week. I usually or try to pre-decorate with watercolor and add decoration to this, but I wasn't really looking back at my to-dos. I kind of feel like a change has gone on in this journal, which I am absolutely okay with, but I want to acknowledge the change and need to figure out what to do. So I am not really using this to plan or schedule my to-dos for each day, and set myself, or like plan out my day or my week. It's more of decoration and brain dump for all my thoughts, my journaling, everything goes in here. Creative outlet. Like I love this. This was so fulfilling to do. And I don't have to have to-do lists in here to validate using this. If this page had been just like this, I would have declared using this page to be successful. So I started to feel hesitant to put things down, like organizational notes, to-dos up here, because I was afraid that I would stifle my own creativity because I would take away room. So I kind of, I don't know. I really don't know what happened in this past week that made me go for this change. But I went and just pulled out this pocket notebook and decided to go really minimal and just like bullet journal in without indexing, without anything, just a daily kind of to-do list with notes if needed, that would be transferred later on. And I'm very productive right now, which I haven't been last week at all. So I'm really, this gets lost on here. And I'm also not opposed to just using this as a memory planner thingy, log, whatever. I don't care what you call it. Weekly art journaling, doesn't matter. I'm not opposed to just move my planning, especially the weekly and daily, monthly, not necessarily, out of this to give myself more room to be creative. And that's where my kind of confusion comes in. But let me continue. Here's the family amusement facility rant. There is a rant about me procrastinating on something that I really needed to do because I'm leading a club at my son's school, and there were 37 kids interested in the club, which completely took me by surprise, and I was so nervous. Only 7 kids showed up, which is fine. I would do this just, my son is participating as well. I would do this club just for him. It's totally fine, but the number was just so overwhelming. So I couldn't really do anything about that. And then I made myself do it. So maybe the procrastination on this club thing was what made me not do anything else. Could be, now that I'm talking about it. And this is just a fluke. I don't really know. There's my journaling about the planner confusion, because I'm also really interested in the Nolty Listy, which looks like this. And if you've been following me for a long time, this looks very much like the Jibun Techo, but without all of the extras. There's only monthly and weeklies, which is exactly what I need for planning, so I could do my to-do lists in here. But I really like this because this is almost the same size as my phone, and I can take it everywhere, which I didn't do with this because I didn't really need to. So there's lots of things going on in my brain and my mind. And then I saw John, Planning with John on YouTube right now, share the standard rings that he purchased from Mystic's Little Gifts. And I moved my reference notebook into this so that I would just stick everything down, and it kind of works, but it also doesn't, if you can see. So standard rings would be perfect because that's exactly the size, and I could just hole punch my papers and put them in here. But then if you look at that standard rings, it's not a normal size. Not many people offer printables in that size, so you would have to use a different size and resize it. And I'm not really sure I would be happy with that, because things like that really, really bug me. So this is the normal size, personal size. This is a 115%, so it's the same width, but it's not the same height as a standard size insert. It's the same height when it's 122. And as you can see, the hole punch that I have, which is the Rapesco punch, it doesn't, you have to like do all those paper dances to get it hole punched, which would annoy me as well if it's not punched correctly. So I'm not sure if that is the route that I should go. And then my thought process went, so if the size of a standard rings is actually a cahier size, which is almost A5, then I could also go and just purchase A5 rings, put my reference notebook in there, put a weekly printable in there, and then I have spent less money. But then what about the beautiful Japanese multi-listy that I think I need now, maybe even the day before yesterday? So yeah, I'm really glad that I'm in a no spend this month, so I can keep on thinking about this before I'm making purchases that that aren't necessary. I'm thinking right now, so let me continue. What I started to do was just plop down watercolors, and I just went from left to right and top down. So I'm just like yellow to red, orange, red, pinks, purples, blues, greens, and browns. And then I'm starting over again. So here's all the yellows. And then the reds and pinks. And then we have green and purple, blues. Yeah, I like this. I'm totally fine. I'm just looking through all of my stash and seeing what I could put there. I really like that very simple creative outlet. And I love how watercolor behaves on Tomoe River paper. It's just the best. And again, if this is everything that is on this page, this is art to me. It's not really art, it's just 3 stripes of brush strokes, actually, of 3 different colors, and just waiting to see what happens. But can you see the edges here? I'm so excited about this. So then here's my planner confusion, my weekend goals. I put down a quote. My weekly review, I did a giveaway, my Use It Up challenge, and I pulled 2 winners. One, looking at you over here, hasn't contacted me yet, so please reach out to me soon, otherwise I will need to move on to the next person in line. Then I wrote ugh, and then I realized, oh, I have several ughs. And then I just wrote about those over here. This was yesterday, and I looked up the prices for my different kinds of plans, and yeah. So if I could live, I really like the original, the Filofax original, which is about 81 is the yellow, no, the dark aqua one, which is a really awesome color. It's $81 right now, and the Filofax yellow, this is a very light, I really like that color too, is 76. That's quite expensive, but the Filofax Domino in pink, if I could live, if you have them, how does it feel? I really like, I don't know, just describe to me, which one would you choose if you could? I can just keep on saving and then don't buy it tomorrow, buy it the day after tomorrow. So this one would be 40. But I looked at the weeklies that are included in there, and I'm not sure if I could use them, but I could definitely try, so I could save on that. I would definitely need a hole punch either way. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna be happy with rings, size paper that is not the right size, that I need to resize, and then it's not the same. So those are my thoughts on those. And then I try to prep pages all the way through the next week and then sit down on a Saturday and then just plop down some more color as kind of a base. I really would love to use more stamps, so that's maybe a project for the next week, and just stamping some things. But the thing is, watercolor takes so long to dry, and I have received several comments telling me about using a heat tool. Mine broke, and I'm just too lazy to pull my hair blow dryer out to dry the watercolor. Maybe I should have put a new thing on my wish list. Could be too. So that's it. I'm not using any of the other pages. Oh, haha. Once I received my September Hobonichi order for next year, I added this notebook in here and moved my October reviews and next actions and ideas into a different notebook, so that when I'm going to do my weekly planning, I can pull this out and take items from here. Yeah, so see, I'm not sure if I should move somewhere, because what am I going to do with all of those things? Does it actually make sense to keep them in here? Is this just a phase? What is going to happen? I don't know. I just know that having my daily to-dos in this book right now is definitely helping me. So I'm just going to continue until it's not working anymore. Yeah, let me know how you're doing. Are you in the next year planner craze and throwing everything overboard like I seem to be doing every year around this time? So I'm not surprised that this is happening to me. It's just, I'm still surprised. Let's be honest. I thought this was working really well, and it did, and it does, as a journal, but not so much anymore as a planner and a journal. But I'm okay with that. Isn't that cool? I'm so chill. Okay, I hope to see you next time. Until then, I will see you. I'm repeating myself. I'm just gonna cut off now. Bye.